Action manhwa are some of the most popular manhwas as they have much variety in art style, plots, and characters. Most manhwa fans enjoy the thrill of experiencing incredible fights and nerve-wracking tension, but even if you are not a big fan of action, there will still be something for you. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 action manhwa and manhwa you must read. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10 we have Interpreter of the Outer Gods. Dissatisfied with the power of the strongest god Azathoth, the seven gods joined forces to betray him right after he had used all of his powers. After seizing the right to rule the world, the seven gods work together to eliminate the existing record of Azathoth. But unwilling to accept this outcome, the soul of Azathoth drifts to the earth and finds Zusan, a man who was looked down on by everyone despite being smart. Now Azathoth must combine his power along with Zusan's wisdom and take revenge against the seven gods. This is a new cultivation type manhwa with decent art and good storyline. Unlike other cliché cultivation manhwa, the main character here is smart and cunning and takes advantage of other people. The side characters are also well written and none of them act arrogant without any reason. Coming at number 9 we have Keep a Low Profile Sect Leader. Lu Chaoji was an ordinary person who gets transmigrated in the world of a game that he used to play. However, he was a useless sect leader who had nothing other than his good looks. Now he must use his knowledge of the game and his cheat system to get as strong as he can. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character is very funny and always bluffs in front of other characters. He remains low-key at first but starts showing off his power after getting his system. The side characters are also really funny and the situations they create will definitely make you laugh. Coming at number 8 we have Life of a Magic Academy Mage. Li Han finally graduated after a lot of hardships, but in the same day of his graduation, he gets hit by a truck and gets reincarnated into a fantasy world. He was reborn as the youngest son of his world's famous family of mages. Later, despite swearing to not join an academy, he gets forcibly sent to the best magic academy because of his high talent. This is his story as he becomes the greatest mage there is. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character is not too powerful and doesn't stand out much from the other characters. He's kind-hearted but also smart and thoroughly plans everything he does. However, this manhwa has a very linear story with little to no plot twists. So if you are looking for a casual manhwa, then this one definitely won't disappoint you. Coming at number 7 we have Poison Eating Healer. The protagonist Cheon Hae-sun was terminally ill because of various poisons in his body. He was never welcomed anywhere and people avoided him because of his looks. However, no one knew that he was actually a really rare poison-using hunter who will become the strongest in the future and kill all the dangerous monsters that come out of the dungeons. The art of this manhwa is good, but its story is a bit bland and boring. The main character starts off weak but becomes one of the strongest just after a few chapters, without training or doing anything at all. The action scenes are great, but the side characters are not written that nicely. Overall, if you are a fan of Dungeon and Hunters manhwa, then you can give this one a try. Coming at number 6 we have I Got Lucky and Pulled a 10th Rank Summon. Kim Jeong-gun was a 23-year-old casual gamer. Later he comes across a newly developed VR game called Last Survival and starts playing it without giving it much thought. However, everything changes when he pulls an unranked summon that was actually a gamer that had died while playing the same VR game. Now Jeong-gun must team up with his summon and figure out the situation he is in. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is quite decent. The main character is just an average guy who gets overpowered skills and becomes strong really quickly. The side characters and the action scenes are decent. However, this manhwa is really repetitive and most of the chapters pass by with just the two characters talking to each other. Coming at number 5 we have Martial Streamer. Taemin was a student who gets electrocuted and dies while trying to become a YouTuber. However, he ends up being reincarnated as Zhao Gahui in a world of martial arts. Here he was born with a special ability to access YouTube and stream his content to the people on Earth. Watch him as he becomes the greatest streamer while training to become the ultimate martial artist. This is a Murim manhwa with a really different plot. Its art is not that good but its story is interesting. The main character is really weak at start but gets stronger as his views go up. The action scenes are decent but the side characters sometimes act stupid and believe whatever the main character says. Coming at number 4 we have Moon Shadow Sword Emperor. Though he had become a disciple of the heavenly demon, Yeon Soo-won gets betrayed by his disciple brother and comes to meet his end. However, when he wakes up, he finds himself back to the time when he was a kid. before he got dragged into the demonic sect. Yeon Soo-won begins to plan for his new life. Now he decides to prepare for his revenge and eventually become an elder of Murim Union. This is a new Murim manhwa with good potential. The main character here is not stupid and only helps someone if he gets something in return. The action scenes of this manhwa are good, but the side characters are not that great and they always overreact during small incidents. So overall, if you want a typical Murim world regression manhwa, then you should give this one a read. Coming at number 3, we have Nostalgic Warrior. So Cheon-ho returns to his homeland after a decade of war and comes to know that his father had passed away and his brother had disappeared without any trace. After spending some time with his childhood sweetheart, Cheon-ho gets entrusted with her daughter Hui-yeon before she dies of a disease. Having lost everything, Cheon-ho starts an endless war against the martial artist in order to protect his childhood friend's daughter. This is his story as he puts his life on the line to protect the child of the woman he loved. This is a Murim manhwa with good art and a great storyline. The main character is very mature and ruthless and could kill anyone to protect the people he cares for. The side characters are also well written and the action scenes are also great. So if you're looking for a manhwa with a ruthless main character, then you should give this one a read. Coming at number 2, we have I Used to Be a Boss. Baphomet was the boss of the Tower of Abyss who considered human hunters his toys and killed them without any mercy. However, despite being really strong, he was still trapped in the tower without a way to free himself. One day he finally meets his match when a hunter named Raven manages to defeat and kill him in a fight. However, rather than dying, Baphomet gets reborn as a human and now with his newfound form, he is finally free to seek new forms of entertainment in the outside world. This is a really unique manhwa that keeps you hooked right from the first chapter. The main character loses all of his powers and slowly gets them back as he fights dangerous monsters. He's cold-blooded and arrogant and picks a fight with anyone despite being weak. The side characters are well thought out and the great action scenes will keep you entertained throughout the story. Coming at number 1, we have Everyone Else is a Returnee. Yu Il-han was always the one left behind. He was left out of trips in school and out of social invitations, except now he's been left behind for real. When Earth's future is threatened, Yu Il-han stays behind while the rest of the population gets transported to other planets for safety. Now it's up to Yu Il-han to save the planet from monsters before it's too late. This is a really unique and entertaining manhwa. The main character trains for thousands of years and becomes too overpowered. There are no unnecessary side characters and the story has almost no fillers. Overall, if you want a different type of dungeon and hunter manhwa, then this one is for you. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.